Welcome to the 6th episode of the Python tutorial series. During the last episode, we spoke about tuples, and while they can be very useful in many situations, in some cases, elements inside the series might need to be updated. And for this reason, today we introduce lists. Lists follow the same concept as tuples, but offer the flexibility of having elements added, removed, or changed. The way you can easily create and differentiate a list from a tuple is in its use of square brackets instead of round ones. Their indexing method is also the same as for tuples. So let's see some more advanced features that lists can offer. First, let's look at combining two lists. This is easily accomplished by adding the two lists together. So if, for example, we write list1 equals 1, 2, 3, 4 and list2 equals 5, 6, 7, 8, then if we say list3 equals list1 plus list2, then list3 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's look at changing elements inside a list. You can change any element by calling its index and reassigning it to a new value. It's that easy. Let's say list1 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we say list1 0, so the first element, equals 9, then we call the list again, we will see that the first element has been changed to a 9. If we want to add an element to the end of a list, we can do it in two easy ways. The first is by creating a new list with the element we want to add, and joining the two lists together as we showed before. The second is by using the Append command. Let's see an example for both of these. First, let's write list1 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as usual. If we want to add, say, the number 6 to this list, we can say list1 plus equals a new list containing only one element, which in this case is the number 6. If we now call list1, we will see that it also contains the number 6 as we wanted. Alternatively, if we write list2 equals again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in order to add the number 6 to the end of the list, we can say list2 dot append 6. And if we call the list, we'll see that it has added the number 6 to the end of it. But what if we want to add an element to a list somewhere other than at the end? Well, that has another very easy command called insert. The insert command works by taking two inputs. The first is the index of the position where we want to add the new element, and the second is the element we want to add. Let's see some examples. Let's write, as usual, list1 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we write list1.insert, for example, 2, hello, then this will add the word hello in the position with index 2. So if we call the list, we will see that the third element in that list, the one with index 2, is now the word hello, and that all the elements after it have been shifted by one position. Similarly, if we say list1.insert 0 world, then that will put the word world in the first position in the list. So if we write list1, you'll see that world is now in the first position, and all the other elements have been shifted. Remember that when you use the command insert, this will make the list longer by one element. Lastly, let's look at how to delete elements from a list. This can be done using two different commands, del and remove. Del uses the index of an element to remove it. Its syntax is different to those we've seen before because it doesn't use brackets. On the other hand, remove uses the value of the element and deletes the first occurrence of that element in the list. As usual, let's see some examples. As I'm sure you might guess, let's start by writing list1 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we say del list1 index 1, then that will remove the element in the index number 1, which, as I'm sure you're all very well aware, is the number 2 in this case. So the list will now be 1, 3, 4, 5. Similarly, if we say list1 dot remove 3, then list1 will now be equal to 1, 4, 5, because we have removed the number 3. Let's now look at another peculiarity of the remove function. For this, let's write list2 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. If we write list2 dot remove 3, which number 3 does it remove? Does it remove the first one, the second one, or does it remove both? Write in the comments what you think the answer is. Here's the answer. List2 is now equal to 1, 2, 4, 5, 3, 4. In other words, the remove function only removes the first element from the list, not the second, even if there are multiple elements with the same value. I can appreciate that for some of you, the del and remove commands may still be a bit puzzling, so let's analyze the lines of code we have just typed. Given our list and its indices, our first command was del list1 of 1, whereby list1 is the name of our list and 1 is the index of the element we want to remove. In this case, the element in the first position is 2. So this equates to removing the value 2 and results in list1 being equal to 1, 3, 4, 5. As our second command, we wrote list1 dot remove 3, where list1 was again the name of the list we wanted to operate on, and 3 was in this case the value of the element we wanted to delete, not its index. Consequently, we removed the value 3, and the list was equal to 1, 4, 5. Given our second list and its set of indices, we wrote list2 dot remove 3, where again list2 is the name of the list and 3 is the value of the element we want to remove. Now remember that the remove function only eliminates the first occurrence of a given value from the list. So in this case, it eliminated the first number 3, but kept the last one. Consequently, our list 2 was now equal to 1, 2, 4, 5, 3, 4. Hopefully that has made things a bit clearer. If you have any questions, don't forget to write them in the comments below. But now let's move on and talk about the last topic for today, the len function. This command is probably one of the most useful ones you'll come across, and can be used for any series of elements such as ranges, tuples, and lists. The len function, very simply, calculates and returns the number of elements in a series. Let's see some quick examples. If, for example, we write A equals range 1 to 10, then len of A will be equal to 9. If you can't remember why this is, make sure to click on the banner above and watch my tutorial where I go in depth on the range function. So if I write tuple1 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then len of tuple1 will be equals to 5. As a last example, let's write list1 equals hello world, and then we'll put an exclamation mark and a few numbers for good measure. If we calculate the length of this list, we will see that it is equal to 6. So the len function can be used for lists, tuples, ranges, pretty much anything. So let's recap the new topics and commands we covered in today's episode. Today we learned about lists and list indexing. We spoke about changing, deleting, and adding elements to a list, as well as calculating the length of a series. We also saw some very useful commands, such as append, insert, del, remove, and len. As always, if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, so in the meantime, stay tuned. Make sure to like and share this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos.